Leeds nil, Arsenal 4. Listen, after that United result last week, we needed that. We needed that. Obviously, we know midweek, just got by Kyrat. First half was great in that game. Second half, not too much to rave about. 3-2. We've had a bit too many 3-2s this season, especially within this cluster, right? But listen, performance away, Ellen Road 4-0. Yeah, I'm taking that all day. Honestly, saw a switch up in the lineup. We saw, Havertz coming to the team for Odegaard. And I felt like that dynamic was much needed. You just needed to refresh things. Was it pretty in the first half? Not really, but what it meant was that Raya could distribute the ball long, and, we can win knockdowns. And I thought Gyökeres and Havertz worked, decently enough. Obviously, Havertz is still a bit rusty. But yeah, I think this is definitely, a partnership that we can use going forward when necessary. Odegaard needed to come out the team because, it just wasn't really working for him and whatnot. So yeah, I was happy with the changes. And listen, it was difficult because obviously, Ellen Road, the atmosphere first half was a bit crazy. So it wasn't going to be the game that we just, go and dominate possession in the first half just anyhow, right? So it made sense just to have, someone that, you could bypass the press with in terms of aerially with Havertz and Gyökeres working together. And yeah, no, it's all good. And honestly speaking, bro, we started on fire, man. We started on fire once we really got in the groove. Madueke was really good today. I mean, that cross he puts across for, Zubimendi's fantastic. And let's remember, Saka was, injured in the warm up, and you're like, oh gosh, Saka, that's the Starboy reference point in terms of even, you give him the ball, he'll make sure, he keeps the ball, he retains the ball and whatnot. Madueke is a live wire and whatnot, but we haven't got the GA that we needed yet, right? Cool. Well, today he pulled up with an A. Great assist for Zubimendi. And obviously later on, his corner kick, which has actually really improved, helped us get the second goal, which the Leeds keeper, fumbled into the net. So all in all, strong performance from Madueke, 2 contributions, and you look at him now, hands outstretched, he knows what he done. He knows what he done, so big him up. As for Zui, bro, he needed that, bro. The elation on his face once he scored, he just screamed like, "Yo!" Like, yes, I was so bad because obviously that mistake he made against United, last weekend, that was a crazy mistake, and that literally after that mistake, bro, the game just ran away from us. But yeah, definitely you see, he's more than just a 6 this season. He's got the A qualities. I keep telling guys, bro. Obviously, in the summer, I thinking, oh, just know more about Jorginho and whatnot, bro. This guy aerially, he's top. You saw that in the goal. He's done that defensively in terms of contributing. He's also scored. That's 2 headers now. Well, we on 4 Premier League goals and maybe 5 in all competitions. Yo, Zubimendi, yo, he's chipping in. I'm telling guys. But now, yeah, I've definitely been impressed with, his timing of his runs. He's reading the movement in the boxes. He scored some delicious goals this year. What that's the Villa one. Was it the Nottingham? Was it the Leeds one where he smashed it a volley? Yeah, brazy finish. But yeah, even today, for him getting that goal, that was big for him. That's a way to bounce back, because it was really tough, just what happened last week, and him making that mistake, because obviously we know he made the error, needed to go against Tottenham too, so this was tough. But yeah, just seeing him bounce back like this, that's all you can do. We're still top of the table. Many bounce back, that's our guy. We move, man. Yo, Victor actually had a good game today. I think he was combining and linking up well, you know and with the game type, it being scrappy and balls flying around and whatnot, he made it stick a couple of times. So credit to him, because that helped us gain territory. And the thing is, I can't lie, he had one chance where I think it was second half, right? Just a first time ball across. He takes too long to pull the trigger. I don't know why he's slowing down, and you don't need to slow down. This is the Premier League, bro. You won't get that amount of time, Victor. You won't. And I know people were, getting onto him after that one. I was disappointed that he didn't strike that as early as he needed to. But people use that chance just to kind of like throw their agendas back in the mix. Oh, this is why Victor Gyökeres is not this and that, bro. He's quietly been chipping away at the goals. What? Do you get what I'm saying? Quietly, as shout out Martinelli, because Martinelli came off the bench, great contribution. That cross was great. I can't lie, Martinelli, in terms of efficiency with his minutes, this season, he's been super efficient with the minutes. I'm not going to lie, bro. This half in, half out, role is really suiting him, bro. Great cross, for Victor Gyökeres. And Yeah, the movement to get across his man is top tier, man. Top striker movement. You can see he's been working on it, and that's how he got his goal today. Another goal for the Premier League tally. He's been chipping away in other competitions, Champions League. He's got a couple recently against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. So he deserves this, and you can see the elation. Finally, we're bagged in the Premier League. Hey, and the guy that came on for him didn't do too bad either. Listen, we made a few changes. Obviously Calafiori came on for Hincapié, which is it's good to see Calafiori back in the team. We'll need him, firing and fit, because he's our starting left back. And yeah, obviously Odegaard came on, which is good to see, because obviously captain being dropped, it's a sign you need to buck up your ideas. It's a sign you need to buck up your ideas, really and truly. So that's what you need. Competition's good, because hey, the guy that came in place for this guy, he had something to say, man. Gabriel Jesus, bro, as soon as he came on, he was already getting big chances. Gabriel Jesus, he's going to get a big chance regardless. Bro, that cross, that timber, with the cross on the right-hand side to Gabriel Jesus was crazy. That's probably the best timber cross I've seen, because Timber's cross is it's a bit iffy. But yeah, obviously that was a header straight at the keeper, so he should have scored from that. There was another one where the ball dripped, into his space with what was it, around 8 yards out or something, and he just placed it wide. But this one, he wasn't missing. Nice little play from Odegaard. Ball comes into him, chops in, goes back, goes back out, goes back across and whips it, bottom bins. It's a beautiful finish. Best goal of the game. And yeah, man, this final swan song from Jesus, I'm loving it. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. 2026, Jesus doing Call Me Celebration. This is insane. Now, can't lie, this one, yeah, this made my day. Gyökeres going, obviously, that's my guy. We needed that. Yeah, Victor. Shout out Victor for the goal, but Jesus scoring and pulling up the Call Me Celebration. I was just like, this is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This felt like 2022 again. Wow. Gabriel Jesus back from an ACL scoring. God is good, man. But yeah, man, got the win. Much needed win. Obviously, we've got a game against Chelsea on Tuesday, semi-final. We got to wrap that up, make sure we get into the final. Top of the Prem. We hope City slip up tomorrow. We hope Villa slip up tomorrow and we move, man. But yeah, man, all in all, good day. We needed that result, and that was refreshing.